Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise. And I thought I would do a bit of a catch up, let you know about some of the things I've been wearing of late and some recent pickups. So it's always good to catch up. Sometimes I buy fragrances and I don't do reviews on them. It's not always possible to do big reviews. I managed to pick up a few fragrances, so I'll be telling you about them. And the first fragrance that I've picked up is from Prada, and it's Prada L'Homme Intense. Now, I was in a live on Mr. Smelly's channel. I was only in the chat, I wasn't on screen. And someone mentioned that the fragrance shop here in the UK were doing an offer for Prada L'Homme Intense. Now, as you will know, this is discontinued. But what happens occasionally is the fragrance shop, they'll have some stuff in their stock which they'll just suddenly put on the website. Maybe they didn't realise how much this is going for on eBay, but I managed to pick that up for £38. It's only a 50ml. Love the bottle design, really like it. Now, to everybody's disgust probably, I don't even own Prada L'Homme. I have smelt quite a few of them. Russell, one of my friends from up in Scotland, he sent me quite a few samples in the past, and I do like them. Prada L'Homme Intense especially, and that's why I had to go out and buy it. So this is ambery, it's creamy, there's like a really lovely iris note, which is what Prada L'Homme is famous for. It's strong, it's long lasting, it's dark, it's smoky, and it's very, very classy, as most of the Prada L'Homme fragrances are very, very classy. So I'm really pleased to have picked up Prada L'Homme Intense. So, I am a big fan of Hermes, but I'd only got Hermes EDT, and I know there's a new fragrance come out called Eau Givre, but before that came out, and I still haven't had a chance to pick that up yet, hopefully next month I'll be able to get it. Trying to find it at a good price is really difficult, but in the meantime I'd gone out and purchased the other three flankers. So I managed to pick this one up for a really good price, and this is a gift set of the Parfum Pure perfume. I'll show you what's in there. Really like these, and they're ideal to keep your samples in. So this consists of the 75ml Parfum, a 5ml Parfum, and then there's also a shower gel. Now I have already got some shower gels from previous, but not of the Pure Parfum, so looking forward to trying that. So I was really happy to pick this up. I was finding it very difficult to get it for a good price for just the fragrance. So I managed to pick this up, and it was cheaper than what it was to buy this on its own. So this is orange juices, it's got like a sweet vetiver. It's more smoother, I would say, and more rounded than the original. I do enjoy the original, don't get me wrong, but this is a smoother, more rounded version, and it's beautiful. And this little miniature is going to end up in my display cabinet of everything else. So this I'm going to turn into a samples box. So one of the other flankers I managed to pick up, and it was the Eau Intense Vetiver. Really happy to have picked this up. one of my bosses wears this at work, and he knows I'm into fragrances, and he got me to smell this while I was at work, and it's really, really nice. And he's always looking out for deals. I think he normally picks up a bottle when he goes to the airport, when he's going abroad. This is earthy, it's mature, it's luxurious, it's grassy. The orange has been removed and citrus added. And it's got a really dry, spicy feel to it. It really is a wonderful fragrance, and I'm so glad to have added this to my collection. And I do think Terre de Hermes range in total, it is a sort of fragrance that someone dressed up in a suit, someone in a high position, it just comes off brilliantly when they wear it. So the other one from the line, other than the Vetiver, which is brand new, I mean it's only come out the last couple of weeks, is the OOTD Fresh. And did I struggle to buy a bottle of that? It was horrendous trying to get a bottle. Wherever you looked, it was out of stock, and then eventually I just felt lucky. I think it was My Origins that I bought it from, which is a French company. I managed to get a bottle and got it sent over, and over the moon with this one. As you can see, slightly different sort of vibe to the other one with a white cap. Now, there's big news coming out that this has been discontinued, and that's probably one of the reasons I was struggling to buy it. I did see a lot of refill bottles available, but they're the ones that you refill these up with. And I saw lots of them, but I just had to get this. Hopefully I might be able to get one of them refill bottles if it's discontinued, because this smells amazing. It's got lots of citruses in there. It's got watery notes, geranium, there's woods, and there's like a patchouli note, which is really, really nice, gives it that earthy feel. It can be a bit harsh in the opening, but that harshness soon dies down, and it shines as a lighter, fresher version than the original. It's really, really nice, and it's got a real fizzy pop to it, which I really, really enjoy, and it's going to be in my top 10 summer designers for sure. So the next fragrance is a fragrance that I was first introduced to back in October last year, when I went on a FragCon meeting, and the lovely Matt from Questioning Scents was wearing this, walking us all around London from one place to another, and I was just stuck in his scent trail all the way. At first I was thinking, not sure about it, but the more and more I smelled it, the more I just fell in love with this fragrance. And it's from Orto Paresi, and it's Bergamask. Now, I got this as a Christmas present off the wife. So as soon as I came back from the FragCon meeting, I said I want that for Christmas, and she says, yeah, fine, I'll get you that for Christmas. She's always asking me what I can get her for different celebrations, and this was high on my list, but then I had to wait until Christmas before I could get it. And I just love it. And I've been wearing it since, and as you can see, I've put quite a big dent in it already. Not cheap to keep replacing these fragrances. So I love the bergamot in this. It's got a fantastic musk in there. I don't think it's something that everybody's gonna enjoy. If you're into your designer frags, then you might not like this. It can be a little bit screechy and a little challenging. What I would say is get a sample of it, or if a friend of yours can send you a decant, then try it, because you'll either love it or you'll hate it. It's a bit of a Marmite type fragrance. I love it, can't get enough of it, and I've been wearing the hell out of it, and big thanks to Matt from Questioning Scents for getting me onto it. So the next fragrance I've been wearing quite a lot of lately is a fragrance that is been made by Dan from the fragrance Weirdo. They created 3 fragrances earlier on this year, and I managed to pick one up, and I think it had got a 20% discount on at the time, so that's why I managed to pick it up. And it is from Soma Perfumes, and it's called Viride. Oh no, wait, it's not called Viride. It used to be called Viride. When I was looking the other day to find out what the actual note breakdown of this was, I noticed it was now called Virde. So they've taken one of the I's out, so it's Virde. And I thought, well, is that been put on wrong? But it turns out they have changed the name, and I think a lot of it is to do with Orto Paresi have got a fragrance out by the name of Viride, so it made sense to change it. And they were redesigning the bottles, and this is the old style bottle. So there's a new cap and there's a new style bottle and a lot better presentation in the packaging and that, which has completely upgraded it. And they've just released another 4 fragrances, so I'm hoping to try those. This is very much an old school smelling fragrance, so it's a woody, aromatic fougere. If you like the fougere style fragrances, then you will love this. It's got lavender, it's got citrus, it's got spices in there. There's vetiver, patchouli, leather. You get a pine needles feel, which I really enjoy in fragrances. It's like cypress, and then your normal oak moss, which is what you get with a fougere. It's a modern take on a classic style fragrance. It's proper been modernised compared to what those old school fragrances are. And I do get a bit of a Guerlain heritage sort of vibe from this, but just a little bit more modernised than that. So it's an absolutely fantastic fragrance. And there's always discount codes hanging around, so full price for this is quite expensive, I think, but if you can get one of the discount codes, it basically turns it into what would be a normal sort of designer price. So that is Viride or Virde from Soma Parfums. So the next fragrance that I've been wearing, and I absolutely love it, but I'll just explain how I got it first. Claire, Smurfy Girlie, she ran a competition. Basically, it was to buy these raffle tickets and you get put into a draw. And what she'd got, I think it was 25 or 30 different companies, and people had sent her bottles to be put into this raffle. So I entered the raffle, and the way that they worked it was whoever was drawn out first had got first pick of all the fragrances that were available, and whoever was picked out second got second pick, etc, etc. Luckily, I got picked out second, so I'd got to pick from all of these fragrances. It was a bit of a worrying time because this one is the one that I wanted, and someone got first pick. So I was a bit worried that they was going to pick what I wanted, but luckily they went for something else. And the one that I picked up is by Centauri Perfumes, and it's Antheia. Now look at that for a bottle. I absolutely love their bottle design. Now Centauri Perfumes is a company made by Peter from the Fragrance View. He's got a wonderful company. He does some really good raffles himself where he's raising money for different charities. But this was one of his latest releases, and I just had to get it. I have got a bottle of Proxima somewhere. Oh, there it is, if you can see it. Which I absolutely love, and this is amazing too. So it's got Irish root, it's got citruses, there's lots of orange in there. It's got lots of juicy fruits in there, like apricot and raspberry. I get like a fizzy vibe from it as well. And there's some lovely florals. This is a unisex fragrance, and I can see men and women wearing this quite happily. You get spices, yet it's still sweet and creamy. and it has an edge to it, which I really, really love. That edge just takes it away from the designer realm and just makes it a proper niche fragrance, which I love about it. You won't smell this anywhere else. It's just an amazing fragrance. So that is Antheia by Centauri Perfumes. And I've got to say, big ups to Peter for putting a bottle into that raffle. It was very kind of him, and I've come out of it quite lucky. I think I spent £25 on raffle tickets, so to get that for £25, that ain't bad, is it really? I know there was a couple of people that their tickets came out like 3-4 times. It was just unbelievable. It was a great raffle. So the last one that I've been wearing recently, another recent pickup, and it is the new YSL Y Le Parfum. I have mentioned this in a video recently. I think it was like a compliment getting video that I did. This is just amazing. I love it. It's brand new. It's a sweeter version of the EDP. EDP is one of my favourites. Absolutely love it. But this, imagine it's like a sweeter version. So I wouldn't say it was more for the summer. I think the EDP is still better for the summer. But if you imagine the way that smells and how good that is, then just sweeten it up a bit. So it's got the apple, the sage, it's got lavender, tonka, grapefruit, aldehydes, ginger. Absolutely lovely fragrance, and I'm really glad I managed to pick a bottle up. I think I picked it up from the perfume shop. I think it was one of them where they do like, if you're a member, they put offers on at certain times during the day. And I think it was between 10 and 12 during this one day, and there was an extra 20% off, and then I'd got my normal member discount, so I'd got it for a really good price, so I was really happy to pick that up. But that's it. That's everything that I've been wearing recently or picked up recently. Let me know in the comments below what you've been wearing lately or any recent pickups that you've had. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.